everyone. I'm Colleen. Welcome to Conversations from Beyond, episode 2. If you'd like to know a little more about our background and the guided way that this channel got started, you can go back to our first video and we explain that in the first couple minutes or so. But for today, I'm excited to find out who our guest or guests is going to be. We have a whole lineup of universal beings of light who want to come in and join us and chat and bring messages for you. So Cindy, I'll turn things over to you and your pendulum and we can get started.
Okay, so hi, Cindy here, and also known as the Lady of the Forest 444. I have another channel on YouTube where I give angel messages for the collective to help us through the awakening process. Okay, so yes, we have some guests that are waiting. I'm going to light my candle and find out who's here and what information they have for us.
I'm just going to get ready to type out the chat so that I can refer back to it.
I was trying to be gentle in it. Okay. All right. Okay, so I use my pendulum and an alphabet mat to get these messages. It just helps me to focus as I'm channeling, and the pendulum moves slightly towards each letter, and I am channeling the words. So occasionally I get stuck and I have to spell it out, but we have a whole process. All right, I'm going to turn it down so you can see a little bit of what's going on. Okay, the pendulum is perfectly still, so I know this is not my angels. This is someone else. This is a love being from a place in all that is, where many people on earth call home. Of course, love being could also be light being. They use those interchangeably. We are going to share some information about our home in particular to help people from our home to begin to recognize and feel the energy from home. Our home is a place where love energy is the main energy in every being on our home. You may wonder why we say that. This is because there is another type of energy that we are going to speak of in these messages. There is source energy. So we are going to help you understand the differences between source energy and love energy. Source energy is the strongest love energy there is. And source energy is where everything in all that is originated. Source energy is a love energy. It is the strongest and most powerful love energy in all that is. Source energy is the source of all love energy. As love energy is being expanded and it travels further away from source, the love energy becomes a tiny bit weaker and a tiny bit less powerful. So the only distinction between source energy and love energy is that source energy is a bit stronger and more powerful than love energy. So, my home is a place where love energy is the dominant energy. So this tells you that my home is further from source. My home was created after source energy let's hang on a second. Okay, after source energy, was that correct? Yes. After source energy was initially sparked. Okay. You have a good idea now of how the love energy in the universe is expanding, and the further you get from source, the weaker that love energy is by a tiny bit. Love energy in all its forms is incredibly powerful and incredibly strong. We are making a tiny distinction here, just so that you understand the difference between source energy and love energy. Now, my home is a magical place, and it has a special love energy that helps us to be in the universe in a special way. We have a gift, and people incarnated on earth from my home have this gift within them still. Our gift is the ability to understand and see things from a new perspective. My home is the farthest from source at this time. We are able to see all that is in its entirety since the beginning of our existence. This gives us a unique perspective, and we have a powerful ability to see things from a most enlightening perspective. We have another gift, and that is a gift of a beautiful, love-filled and creation making love energy. Our love energy is imprinted with a wonderful ability to create new and exciting things. People who are from my home are very talented at seeing things from a new perspective, as well as creating new and exciting things on Earth. We are like the inventors of Earth. New ideas come to us easily, and we are talented at bringing these new ideas into reality. Our love energy imprint is specially designed for this purpose. And we are not only the inventors on Earth, but we are the inventors in all that is. We are very fulfilled in our role in all that is. And we have some incredible things planned for Earth over the age of Aquarius. We are one of the first light beings that will contact Earth. And we have a special gift for Earth. This gift will allow people to live with an unlimited energy source that will be available to every individual and will not be controlled by anyone. This energy source will change the power dynamics on Earth. One last piece of insight about my home. My home is a place that sees the light in everything. So people from my home also have this ability to see the light in everything and everyone. This will begin to come forth in people from my home over the coming months and years. We are streaming our love energy to Earth. And people from my home will begin to awaken to this energy and remember who they truly are. Okay, how about that? They're done.
Wow.
That was cool.
That was a lot of information. I'm glad I typed it.
Well, I know, because me especially, I forget. Like, I forget what they said, especially at the beginning. I'm like, I don't even remember.
Well, especially when you're channeling, I know.
Yeah,
that's
it's just
common, but sometimes for me, when we're getting messages, there's just so much that by the time I get to the end and I'm all, wow, forget what it was at the beginning. Wow.
So that was interesting about the source energy and love energy.
Yeah.
I've never heard them differentiate that before.
No, I definitely always have thought of them as the same. And in your, I've always said light, which I know we said like it's the same thing, we're just two different words. But when you start talking about love energy in your messages on your channel and that, and our own messages that we get, I've always thought of it as one thing, like that it's one vibration, you know, and that's not what they're saying, that there's.
Yeah, well, and that is starting to come out in my private readings that I'm doing. I'm doing these past life readings, and it has started to come out recently that there are different places in all that is. They don't call them planets, and so I don't really know how to picture them. But there are these different places, and every place sort of has its unique love energy, and that has certain properties. And yeah, and so the people that are here that are from those home places have that energy within them, and so they have these special talents. And so it's really, really cool as this information is coming out.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's another thing that you had talked about. Like, I'm going back over, what is it? Like a year and a half, a year, 2 years you've been doing these messages.
On giving them out on social media, it's been a year, November of last year, 2022.
Yeah. I know you've been doing it a lot longer with your pendulum.
Yeah.
They've talked quite often about us finding our gifts and talents and, from past lives and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Again, I thought of that as individual, just related to me and my past lives, but I guess not. It seems like it's almost like a nationality, like where I come from.
Yeah.
We all have a certain category. I'm sure we're all unique, but we have a certain category of gifts.
Yes.
Like these ones, I have a feeling I may be from the place that they're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Come on, like everything forever. My focus has been on law of attraction and creating things, and right.
Yeah.
And then also the part. Okay, I gotta look. Hang on. The ability to see the positive in everything, and right, like,
yeah,
it's a me thing.
Yeah,
I know.
definitely.
I'm here just to talk about myself. The point is, maybe some of you out there recognize this in yourself too. As a matter of fact, I got a message today, pretty much unrelated, but about my compassion. I have a really big level of compassion.
Yes.
And like sometimes it's a hindrance to judgment, sort of. Anyway, but I see that as the same thing, like the ability to see the light in everything and to see positive in everything and to see it from somebody else's perspective. And I believe that's what they said. Two things from where they're from, that ability for perspective, and then this creation, which just excites me. Because I just want to create stuff in the palm of my hand with my energy, and not always, like really often to personal gain of some sort or personal comfort or whatever, but also on a bigger scale or for the earth or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I just, while they were talking, I just got a feeling.
That's really cool. Yeah. And so we have that energy imprint of home, but then we also have all of the past lives that we've had here on earth, and those give us gifts too.
Yeah.
So it is a combination of the two.
Yes, I was that, and then I went off into thinking maybe that they're my, I want to say my people, but they're not people. But anyway, my beings. But yeah, so we all of those of us who come from a certain place come in with a certain, language. Like that's why I'm thinking of it like nationalities. Like you come in with a certain suite of talents and gifts.
I like that.
And then you live all these lifetimes. So you come to Earth like that. And then you live all these lifetimes, right? Yep. And in the lifetimes, you have all these experiences. Like your guides have told me and us about some of our lifetimes that explain some of my even like idiosyncrasies now, or traits, or karma, like things that I'm experiencing here, and that sort of thing. So you come in with one suite of talents and gifts, and then you live all your lifetimes, and that hones it into individual version. Yeah. So now we've got all these beautiful incarnated beings walking around with one set of, it's so complementary, with one set of talents. Like we're all, now my mind's going to trades or something. We're all carpenters, but we each have a special little thing we can do differently. Get it?
Yes.
In the carpentry, sure. Like, that we can, one of us is really good at one part and one of us is really good at another part. And then together it's like this symphony.
Exactly. It's a symphony.
Now, take that out one more, because they just said that that's one place. Yeah. So now we got all these groups that came in from all these different places with their suite of talents, went through their lifetime. Like, again, what a symphony.
Exactly. It's amazing.
And then
And
Right.
as we're waking up to who we truly are and healing our karma, those gifts are activating within us. So when we heal an experience, then we're able to heal help others heal from that experience, right? So all of these past life experiences that we've had in this lifetime and in previous lifetimes, but very much so in this lifetime, we're healing that past life karma. And these gifts are now coming into our awareness and being activated within us. And just by walking around, we are able to trigger other people in their healing and give them a boost and get them started. And yeah, so like as that ripples out, and like you say, this symphony, it's starting out. I could hear it, it's just barely, you can just barely hear it.
Yes.
And then it just builds and builds and builds into this
To the crescendo.
beautiful crescendo. Oh my God. Like these next years are going to be incredible.
And to me, where I was going with the crescendo is that's when we like, because that's the last part of the message was, and it relates to last week's message actually, that they're streaming in love energy to earth, and people, like they say, people from their home, but also I'm guessing from other homes, can begin to awaken to the energy and remember who they are. So to me, that's the crescendo, is the what you talk about as the curtain rising, or the that sort of thing, when we see who we truly are. Because last week they were talking about how each home is streaming in imprinted love energy, right, to their constituents, to the people from their home, to help with, so that they could start to recognize each other.
Yes.
I didn't get that last week, right? Because so it was so that we could recognize the energy of our particular home, and then like awaken and remember who we truly are. But also, like, in all of this, the part of me that's the same energy, love energy, as the signature, as the people from my home, we all start to recognize each other.
Exactly, because once you recognize that energy, once you feel it and you begin to recognize it, you'll recognize it in other people that you meet.
Right?
When you meet somebody, you're going to go, oh, comrade, we're from the same place.
Yeah, exactly. But then you each have these, like, let's work together, because we each have these different sort of skills, from our lifetimes in that. Oh, this is so much fun.
Very cool.
Cool. So you were saying about so then on an earthly side of thing, or, in a lifetime, you talk about your karma, and healing your karma is what can help to then improve your energy, so that you're then sending that healing out to everybody else, all that. So the feeling is healing thing, where, when something does come up, you and I both in the last couple of weeks have had something come up that we recognized. Good thing, because years ago I just would have got all tied into it. But I recognize it as like, oh, like this is feelings coming up that aren't really related to what's really going on, to the little tiny trigger that made them come up. So then I do, like, now I try, when I'm not too caught up in it, to do feeling is healing, right? So you feel the feelings and tell yourself that this isn't happening right now. It's okay. You don't have to fly off.
Yeah.
So you do feeling is healing to heal the karma, so that you then have a better signal that's reaching out to everybody else to help them heal their karma. I'm wrapping this is just wrapping. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like then I'm putting out a different signal to help others, maybe my comrades,
which
to heal
contains a key. So that now has a key that there's a healing energy in it.
Yeah. And so I think the more healed you are, like my understanding too is that, okay, talking about this vibration, this love that I brought in, that karma, like the kind of the point of healing the karma is the karma mucks up the signal. Do you know what I'm saying though?
Well, and we come in purposefully and plan difficult experiences in our lives so that we can heal them.
Yeah.
So that we can then help others heal from those kinds of experiences.
Yes.
So it's all very purposeful.
The point is to heal it though, not to just come in and feel all this stuff forever. You know what I mean? So that's what I meant by, so if the point is to heal it, why? So that I am a more pure signal that can now signal outward instead of being in. That's what I meant by mucks it up, sort of
Yep.
stifles. Do you know what I mean? Stifles it. I'm doing it like into myself.
Yeah.
Where once I feel it and heal it and clear it, because you've also talked about how then what happens, there's spaces in my, I don't know, if like aura or my whatever, once you've cleared some karma, I think you said this on a TikTok, I'm not sure. There are then spaces that then get filled with love energy.
Yeah.
So that's where I got the idea of my karma mucking up my ability to just be a vessel for the love energy that now we just found out today has actually come from my source. So the more I heal my karma, the more I can help others heal, but also the more pure signal I'm emanating to get into this.
Yeah, because the more love energy you can embody.
Yeah.
And karma, according to my angels, the only way they talk about karma is just the past life experience or current life experiences that are incomplete, the experiences that you signed up to experience that are not finished yet.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, karma
nothing to do with punishment and reward.
Exactly.
The way my angels talk about it, it's just you signed up for this and it's not done yet.
Yes. You may have signed up for it lifetimes ago, right?
Yes.
Or you may have signed up for this lifetime.
Exactly.
But yeah, I like that definition of karma a lot better than punishment.
Yes.
I don't have a specific question to ask. Like we can ask them questions, by the way, and get clarification. Like this is a chat with these universal beings. I don't know if I have a particular question other than I want to see what they have to say about what we just discussed, about how I kind of,
if they have anything to add. Okay.
Yeah, or to were we right in where we drew this to?
Okay. Yep. Let's see what they say. This is the same being of light. And I have one more thing to add. Your discussion was lovely. And you are beginning to understand more about the universe and all that is. Notice how I said those two things separately. There is a slight difference in the universe compared to all that is. Just like there is a slight difference in source energy compared to love energy. So, all that is encompasses a part. Is it part? Yes, okay. A part of all that is not included in the universe. There is a part of all that is a bit separated from the universe at large. This part of all that is may be considered the source spark energy. So all that is encompasses absolutely all that is. And the universe encompasses everything except the source spark energy. this will become more important to understand as we continue to share our messages. Okay, and they're done. Well, that is fascinating.
Yeah, to read that. Or you can summarize it.
Yeah, so we have that source spark, but that's not considered when they talk about the universe. When they say universe, they're not talking about this initial source spark of energy. But when they talk about all that is, that encompasses the initial source spark of energy.
And the universe.
Yes, everything. Interesting.
So in all that is, there's the
Wonderful.
source spark and there's the universe. Maybe
Yeah.
more, but I'm just saying they're separate things.
So like the way I see it, it's kind of like, I guess, the source spark created the universe. And so that's why it's not really part of the universe, because the universe came from the source spark. You know what I mean?
We've had messages about the source spark before, and I've had messages about each of us coming from source sparks. But maybe again, that's the groups of us, not individuals.
Yeah, and every time I get more messages, like it layers
know.
on another piece of understanding,
I know.
and so yeah, very interesting though. But we'll understand more as they keep giving us messages. But I wanted to go back to, because as I was doing this, I realized we didn't even talk about the whole idea that these people from this place are going to be the first ones to contact Earth and give us this gift of free energy. Like,
right.
That's amazing. Like, how did we not talk about that?
I don't know, because I got all caught up in creative abilities. Yes, free energy that's not controlled by anyone.
Yeah.
One of the first light beings that will contact Earth, and we have a special gift for Earth. This gift will allow people to live with an unlimited energy source that will be available to every individual and will not be controlled by anyone. This energy source will change the power dynamics on Earth. Well, I guess so.
Yeah. And this is something that I have heard before. It's actually in my book.
I'm pointing at your book behind you.
Lightworker's Guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do talk about that, but I don't have a lot of information about what that looks like or really anything other than that it's this free energy source that's going to sort of level the playing field a little bit on Earth.
Well, that's because they haven't given it to us yet. You know what I mean? If we knew what they were talking about, then they would have already given it to us. But it's definitely something to look forward to and to be
very exciting.
Be hopeful, about.
Yes.
There's so much hope and excitement in this message.
Yes. Exactly.
So let us know in the comments, like, do you resonate with this? Does this excite you? Do you think you're from the same place that I think maybe I'm from? I'm going to try and get my own messages after about, like, was that some people from,
you're
saying people, I don't know, beings.
Exactly.
From where I'm from. But did you resonate with it? And then also you can drop questions in the comments if you like.
Yeah.
Because I think in the future we can work questions into future episodes. And then also we might have an episode where we're just asking questions, and whoever wants to answer, can come in once we get a few questions in the comments and sort of compile a list of questions for them.
Okay. Well, I think we're done here, because we could talk about this for years, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. But we'll wrap it up for now. So thanks very much for joining us, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the message today. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you really soon. Bye for now.
Thanks for joining. Have a great day. Bye.